Our sponsors: the Finkley Experience, HBCU First, the Jamal Bakes Morning Show, J&J Leadership Academy. Thank you for your contributions towards the Michael Finkley Show. Hello everybody, it's Michael Finkley with the Michael Finkley Show.
And I'm Nicole with Conversations with Nicole. You can join me Wednesdays at 9 a.m. on all of my streaming platforms.
Well, Nikki, don't forget about the Michael Finkley Show, Mondays, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the CTR Media Network.
Join us!
Y'all, my name is Zacchaeus Henry, better known as Exclusive Fades, and you're watching The Michael Finkley Show.
On the next Michael Finkley, former athlete and professional actor, Lester Speight. He tells us how he got into the industry, what he's working on currently, and he answers the question, what is his next biggest dream? All happening Monday.
There's a new familiar face this time. Say hello to the new daytime. See it everywhere you go. New and the greatest show. It's no other than the Michael Finkley Show. There is no other. He's like no other. I'm so glad that someone resonates with me. Come celebrate with me. Let's tune into Michael.
Everybody, welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show. Now, my next guest, I'm sure that you've seen him on your television screens, your movie screens. You probably even laughed at some of his jokes too. He is comedian, actor himself, Lester Speight. How are you?
Hey, man, look, you can't leave out director, producer, executive producer, and producer. Okay, and chef and cook. I'm just teasing.
Well, I'm about to say, where's the cookbook?
You know what? We're gonna have to get that in the rotation too. The Lester Speight cookbook.
That's
the only thing you're gonna get there, you're gonna get country fried steak, 12 ounces, and then you're gonna get my egg dish, the omelet, my chicken omelet. Then you're gonna get grits. This is what I order when I go to Black Bear Diner. Grits. Then you're gonna get a bowl of fruit. Then we're gonna get a Diet Coke because I'm watching my calories.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, the Diet Coke, I guess that works.
We're going to get some French toast, but I'm going to get sugar-free syrup because I'm watching my type 2.
I got you. Now, Lester, we got to tell the Fig fam that this has been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming.
This man's been courting me for 3 to 5 years. I don't know when I first got his email, but this man does not quit. He is determined, and so God says good things come to those who wait. That part. And you finally said yes. I'm going to talk to this little country, little black boy from South Carolina, and here we are. Well, you know my peeps are from South Carolina.
Really? What part?
I got people in Greenville, Jonesville, and the number one city in South Carolina is Spartanburg.
Oh, wow. So you're all upstate South Carolina, basically.
Yes, I used to go down there when I was a kid, run around, get chased home by a wolf, or unless I'm messing with a beehive, and then I bust the beehive, and then they get pissed off, and I didn't know bees could actually fly as the distance that they cover. I didn't know that they would fly that long to try to get their little punk ass sting on me, but. Needless to say, they caught me. I learned my lesson.
Oh man! So, do you ever come back this way?
I have not. I used to. Well, okay. I was in Atlanta. I did a comedy show. I was down there with Sexy Marlowe and Little G for my comedy show. We did. I did the Atlanta Comedy Theater, about 3 years ago. Where were you, Michael?
3 years ago, I was still here.
Well, they do have buses. They got trains. They got a little thing in the air that goes up in the air called an airplane. Okay, so they got horses. You can still ride a horse.
Yes, you can.
From Greenville to Atlanta. They got like horse trails on the side of 95. But no, man. So that's the last time. Yeah, that was the last time I was down south. was
Whoa.
for the Sexy Marla show tour, and then we went to Houston and that same tour. So, but I really didn't have any time. So, unless you would have came to the comedy show, but
I
yeah.
gotcha.
So,
I
but
gotcha.
in terms of seeing my family, it's well overdue. Way overdue. So, I get threats. They talking about having my head on a platter if I don't come down there. Y'all country folks don't play.
No, we don't.
And let me just tell you a quick story. The reason I had problems with my name, I wanted to change my name when I was young, growing up, was because my country cousins didn't make it really sound too sexy when they used to say, "Cousin Lester, when you coming on in the house now, it's getting dark. Cousin Lester." My cousin Sheila, she used to wear my name out, and I'm like, oh, ain't no girl gonna want to be like, hey, what's your name? My name is Cousin Lester. You ain't gonna get no poutine like that. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. So, so y'all put a complex on a brother for a long time. But I love my Southern family, man. Southern hospitality is nothing like it in this country.
I'm telling you, you can't get it nowhere else. I'm telling you, you really can't. You really can't. And look, it made you who you are. You're this big old star that's doing stuff in the world.
I'm trying, Michael. I'm trying, man. Right now, we're actually taping this show out of Long Beach City College.
Wow.
And my producer, we get this whole communication department, for a very low price. I'm just gonna put it to you like that.
I got you.
And so we're grateful, man. Like I said, this is the first episode. This is going up on my YouTube channel. So make sure you cross your T's and dot your I's, as my grandmother would say.
That part.
That part.
All of that. So let's go back. Tell me about Lester as a child growing up in Maryland. Let's go back there.
Oh, man. As a child growing up in Maryland, I was diagnosed at an early age, about 4, with HADD and ADD. Yeah, it's 2 separate ones. I was one of the few humans on this planet that actually be diagnosed with 2 different symptoms of ADD, which is just really an abundance of energy. And meaning that I couldn't keep still in church. I couldn't keep still in school. I had this energy, paying attention and concentrate. It was what it was about. Oh, there's a fly. Oh, he's spacing around. He's buzzing. I wonder if I could catch him. Let me catch him. And then it's like, oh, I'm sorry, teacher. And, pay attention. That kind of thing. So it didn't take long. Okay, it didn't come back on the green light. Slide that up. It's bothering me. Yeah. Okay. Are we on?
Yeah. Yes, so.
Okay. So it's just Michael, it's like having ants in your pants all the time. And ants are biting and you're reacting to it. So needless to say that the number one aspect that my mother was grateful that I actually was old enough, like about 8 or 9, playing sports, because that's where my outlet of burning energy. And I was a rough kid growing up. I was that child where my mother had gotten calls many times. Say, for instance, Michael, you and I playing football out front in the yard or in the back, and you scored. Now you up 1 touchdown on me, but your dad calls you in because it's getting dark. I got to go in, Lester. That's my father calling me. I'm not going to let you go. You can't go, Michael, because you got to give me a chance to score. And if you didn't give me a chance to score, it's now a wrestling match. That's the kind of So my mother would get these calls and knocks on the door. Miss Gussie, Lester's just too rough with Michael and blah, 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 blah. And my son got to come in and eat and get ready for school. Lester wants to keep playing. And that's the kind of kid I was. And once I found Little League Baseball, Forest Park Little League in Baltimore, parents from the other fields, like the 13 to 15, like my cousin was 13 to 15. He's about 5 years ahead of me. And then I was at the 8 or 9. And parents used to leave that field when they heard that I was playing and getting ready to come to bat. I had the most home runs for Forest Park Little League in 1972. I had the most home runs. To put it this way, it was the All-Star game, and we were down 4 runs, the base was loaded. We were down 3 runs, the base was loaded, 2 outs, and it was a full count. And I hit an inside the park home run, meaning that before the little kid could get the ball from the fence, and I'm running around the bases like I'm at first, and I'm coming around the second, and I'm hightailing it with my high butt to third, and then I'm coming on home, and you know I ran that goddamn catcher over. Because I ain't had no goddamn sense. We won the game, and it went crazy. That's what ADD do for you, okay? And what I contributed to now, Finkley, is that's my superhero power. Yeah, that's what keeps me going and staying in the gym and training. And when I get tired and all these kind of things, I maintain the same lifestyle, not to the T, but quite close that I had when I was in my 20s and my 30s. So sports, when I came out of going into high school, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, I never went to school without playing 3 sports. My freshman year at Morgan, I was playing 3 sports. So I never, ever experienced being a student without playing any sports. I always had that. And so after my freshman year, I had to come off the basketball team and focus on track and field in football. Because I had got a football scholarship, but because I was a state champion in the hurdles, that's right, 300-meter hurdles, I set the Maryland state record. And then I'm on the basketball team. I'm jumping out the gym, blocking shots, scoring, doing and I look back and I go, man, that's my MO. That's who I was, And so I'm kind of like that now. I'm in the gym. I'm still training like a monkey on crack bananas. That's pretty funny. Crack bananas. If we got some crack kids listening, they're gonna be going out. They're gonna go to Rouse or they're gonna Kroger's and they're gonna be like, man, y'all got crack? I heard that Lester Speight say y'all got crack bananas.
I can't with you, man. I cannot. Crack bananas, man. As soon as you know it's gonna be a thing. But you know what, Lester? I'm so glad that you said that, how you maintained it and how you use your energy in other ways, and it got you a scholarship and you became this major athlete. But sometimes when people realize that of these different diagnoses, right? Sometimes people think that it's something that you just deal with as a child, but you're currently still dealing with it as an adult, right?
Yeah, your DNA doesn't go away.
Yeah.
So if you compare me to all my peers, that means if you're between 58 and 65, I'm ahead of you and still in energy. You can't keep up with me. You can't, because I was born ahead of you. You're not going to get it later in life. If anything, we slow down in life. Testosterone levels drop. Women go through menopause, like you drop. So if I start out at 1 year old, not one, when I come out my mother's womb, let me be respectful because I was going to say something else.
I know you was. I
got a sense of humor. I can go there. But I came out with all this abundance. I came out with it. You can't inject it in a needle. You can't get blood transfusion or whatever. I was born with that. That's how that was God's purpose to put into this man, into this child called Lester Speight. And so I'm ahead of all my classmates, my cousins, everybody that's that age, and I'm still ahead of them, even though we all slow down. So if I'm ahead of you like this, you slow down and I slow down, I'm still ahead of you like this. You slow down some more, I slow down some more. Okay, the gap doesn't necessarily bring us closer together, but we just reduced our levels of energy, which if you think about all the Marvel characters, Mike, you think about all the superheroes, it's energy that they can make a ball of fire. Whoosh. Superman can fly. Whoosh. It takes what? Everything is energy, right? Einstein, MC equals 2 square energy mass, something like that. Yeah, we know you're gonna get somebody correcting me. No, Lester, stick to acting. I know the goddamn equation. Shut the hell up. So, but you get the point that I'm saying. So, yeah, I'm still a handful. If you ever noticed.
Really? Could have went over my shoulders, bro. Could have went over my shoulders.
Say.
But how did you transfer that energy? Because we see you as this major athlete when you're in school and college. How did you transfer that over into what we see as an actor? How did that get started for you?
You know, the greatest gift that God gave me, so he made a joke when he gave me all this abundance. I mean, he created a joke, right? But at the same time, I have a tremendous amount of patience. I have to have patience. And I practice that because that's God's speed. So I just laugh a lot because I'm sitting there going, man, I gotta wait, and I have to let God not interfere with His process. Because at times you want to get in there and be like, okay, well, this ain't happening, then I need to just do what I need to do manually. No, sometimes you just gotta sit still, Mike, and that's the hardest thing to do. Sometimes just be idle and be reclusive and be in solitary confinement, and you admit yourself to that. So I call it being a professional problem solver for Lester. I'm a Lester Speight professional problem solver. You're Mike Finkley professional problem solver. Eric here, Marshall, he's a professional problem solver for yourself. You have to, right. So you have to, as an actor, you got to understand the first rule of acting is know thyself. So I know I can't keep still, and I'm like, so, but I know if I got to play a particular character, if I got to do a particular scene, I got to bring it down, and I got to let my levels come down, and I got to allow myself to be, if I'm having a scene with my daughter, if I'm having a scene and I'm in court and I'm talking to the judge and I have to kowtow down, I have to be vulnerable, I have to be sweet and humanitarian, I got to be those things, or then I can be, we know we can vamp it up. But I got to be able to vamp it down. And that's self-discipline. So through all my training, acting, theater, all those kind of things, reading, all the plays that I've read, all the things that I do, I like that side of me when I have to be humble, Mike. I gotta be humble. And I practice that because I can't afford to waste any time breaking laws, and getting into road rage. I have my moments. I'll have my moments.
Don't we all?
Don't we all? But it's don't act them out. Be cool. Just know that, you driving by, and because what usually happens is, funny story. People give me whatever they want to give me in the rear view, and then they want to come up behind you and look. And white folks do this all the time. They look at me, and they look, and then they just keep going. It's like they looked at Godzilla, right? And I'm looking, going, hey, you got something you need to say? And then they just fly by me, and then that's usually what it is. And I just laugh. It's comedy. And I purposely, this is one of the things I do to get white folks back, is that when I'm in line at Rouse or the grocery store, you don't want to be behind me in line, Michael, because I am slow. I'm slow. Do you want paper or plastic? Paper or plastic? Okay, let me see plastic. Let me see that, baby. Can you shake it open? Okay, that's how many things can we get in that? Okay, and then let me see. Dude, and because white folks they know how to get in your peripheral. Did I say it right? And I see them because I turn like I got a big bag, so I'm counter cornered, so you can't really. I think you can't. We're not making eye contact because I got this back right here. But I see them trying to do little certain things like clear their throat, a hot too. It's the deep breathing that gets me. It's the I need to get to this meeting. I love you, white folks. I'm just having fun. Black people do that too, so don't think they do. But they never say anything. They never, and then I love it. And then sometimes, all right, put the stuff in the bag. I gotta go. But yeah, yeah. You don't want to be behind me. Yeah.
But you know what? Me, I would just wait. I'm that type of person. I would just wait. I'm like, oh, and my little country voice, I'll say, bless this little heart, and I'll just wait.
Oh, you gonna be like I got a dash of tartarism. Bless his heart.
Bless his heart. He don't know what he want.
He didn't wear his helmet inside the store. Oh, let's hope he don't fall.
I help you up.
Yeah, man, I know you just call me that, man.
I help you up, Lester. I help you up. That's what I'll do. But what I love about your story, though, Lester, too, is that you have different levels. And when I discovered all of that you've done, the phrase fits so perfectly that I can do anything and be anything that I want to be when I grow up. And you actually display that, like being an athlete, being an actor, being that comedian, being that producer, that director, executive producer, all these different things in that mode. Especially when it came down to acting, did you know that you wanted to go in this lane? I know you majored in theater when you were in college, but did you want to go into that lane?
Sidney Poitier, Jim Brown, Bill Cosby, all these great actors. And it's three things. If you go back to my high school book, it's going to say he's going to be a professional football player, he's going to be a business owner, he's going to be an actor. Well, I've done all three. Okay, I owned a beat store right there in Landover, Maryland called Worldwide Paging, and I named it after Worldwide Wrestling Federation. That was back in my wrestling days. So when I used to say I'm going to be a wrestler, I'm going to be a football player, I'm going to be a bodybuilder, I'm going to do all these physical things, Michael. I got to get the physical out because now in my 60s, you can't go back and be 25 no more. So you got to get those windows closed very quick. Mm-hmm. Okay, you're 21 for 365 days, you're 22 for 365 days, and look at how fast time is going. So I knew I had to those windows and doors. Professional football was between this time frame and this time frame. Track and field between this time frame, this time. Wrestling you can do longer. Bodybuilding, all those things I wasn't going to subject myself to steroids and growth hormones and all those things. But I take my hat off to those guys because the ones who, it's a business, and the ones who decided to go that route, that was their route, and God bless them. But yeah, I knew that I'm going to be older longer than I am younger. So I got to get those things, those windows and doors closed pretty quick, and I did that. And knock on wood, thank you for acknowledging that. Knock on wood. So now I'm sitting here as I speak to you. I've got two arthritic knees, so I'm bone on both knees. Passing my cane so you can see my cane. I don't hide nothing from everybody. This is my cane, and I am going back and forth. I'm on stem cell shots now, so we're trying to let that play out. I'm trying to do everything I can before I get knee replacements, Michael. So
is that the last resort?
Yeah, it's the last, because once you go that, it ain't no, can you put my old knees back in? I want to try something else. I heard they got this remedy called, I don't know, moose snot. And I want to put some moose snot on my knees. And Mr. Speight, your knees been grinded up, and it's like, being cremated. They cremate my knees, Mike. So I'm hobbling around, and I'm humble. God, he give you enough that you can handle. But sometimes you look up at God and go, God, do I have to handle this? Lord, can you just give me some cherry pie and some ice cream and some couple cookies and some milk and let me just handle it. My lactose is gonna go through the roof, but that's okay. I'm home by myself. I can fart all I want. It's okay.
Jason Page, the voice of a generation, yeah. Singer of the Pokemon theme song. and you're watching the Michael Finkley Show. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I know it's my destiny.
On the next Michael Finkley, from season 7 of The Circle on Netflix, Darian Holt is here. He gives us everything about The Circle you need to know, bro code, and he answers the question.
So are you all dating now?
Award-winning social media talk show by the CTR Media Network. All new Finkley, Monday. HBCU First. HBCU First Incorporated is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. HBCU First is a student-led community advancing the well-being and economic participation of America's Black youth. As the leading HBCU internship and mentoring academy, we empower elite students from 70-plus historically Black colleges and universities with in-demand college-to-career skills. For more information, visit their website, www.hbcufirst.com.
Going back to all that you've done, how did your family play a part in all this that we see as today? Because we know that you were a single dad going through these different phases in life. How important was family doing all that?
Family is, all you got to look at your obituary. You got to think about the ending when you're younger. So that's why people get married and have kids and have a family. And then when they go 40s and 50s and 60s and 70s and all that, and the kids are growing up, they thought about that, and the obituary is going to say he survived by XYZ. And I thought about that. So I'm a late bloomer. I'm a late dad. My daughter is she'll be 13 her next birthday. And London, hey London. And I didn't want to get out of this life without having a child. I'm a coach. I have to teach something, Mike. I have to raise something. Something needs to have, and then at times when mom thinks you think you think she's your son. I do sometimes, and I'm a tough dad. But if she can handle this in this mouth and all this energy, and a sergeant in the Marines, and a sergeant in the Navy, and a sergeant in the Army, she won't be able to not handle. And that's how I look at that, because the tears have to come from dad first. So I know I know because you grew up with spankings. We grew up
beat downs.
See, he's from South Carolina. Right. And they're not gonna repeat themselves. Your mother and father, tell you something one time. You better, that's it. And if you don't get it that one time, then you get to meet Mr. Right Hand and Mr. Left Hand. And if you got one of those crazy father, Mr. Left Foot, Mr. Right Foot, or that paddle that's behind you. Or go out in the woods and get me a switch.
Mm-hmm.
And as everybody used to say, that's the longest walk you ever take in your life. Is when you gotta go switch. Your mother yelling out, "Yeah, I trying to switch yet." I'm still looking.
You're gonna come back with a small one.
Oh, then you gotta go back. Or they'll take all that you got and they'll wind them together and make a switch. Or don't forget about the high heel shoe, the extension cord, anything that they can throw.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, the racetrack. Remember the
Hot Wheel.
The Hot Wheel racetracks? You never had the whole track going down your butt? My mother, I put a race car between the two lanes, and I used to use my butt and put the race. But look how we turned out. Everybody that's child, because people are gonna write, and they're gonna say it's child abuse. But listen, what did I tell you when I was coming here? I said, well, I'm going to go back by the Jack in the Box because I saw who sitting in the driveway? A homeless person. I'm going to go feed that homeless person. Look at my heart. Look at your heart, Mike. So our hearts are, it's like all your parents want you to do, because you got to keep in mind, our parents and their parents came close to slavery, coming out of slavery.
Yeah. So
my mother and father and my grandmother would say, "We whooping you now." So the man in the paddy wagon, and for those who don't know what a paddy wagon is, ask Mike. Send him 100 questions so he can tell you. Because the man in the paddy wagon ain't gonna do what your parents gonna do. They're gonna beat you, Rodney King. Mm-hmm. So that's why. So that when we come into society as 18, 20-year-olds, Okay, we come in and we know how to conduct ourselves, and we know how to be amongst the community and understand mannerism. Like I told you earlier, I love Southern people. Why? Because you get Southern hospitality.
Every time.
And they give you their bed. Oh, yeah, mom says you can have my room. I'm gonna sleep downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Do they still do that today? You know,
Yeah, I know we do.
but it's been reduced. All seriousness, my life, the way that my life was designed now, Mr. Finkley, is I'm grateful for everything I've done in the decades of my 20s, my 30s, my 40s, my 50s. And so now I have leverage where I can pick and choose.
Gotcha. It's something that you said too about Southern hospitality, because when it comes with that, a certain spirituality. When I think of Southern people, I think of spirituality. I think of myself in that realm too. How does that guide you along your career, your own personal spirituality?
Stay connected to the Lord. It has to be a higher purpose than you, because God don't care about bodybuilding. God, everybody's a soul. Your soul usually weighs between, you leave your body about 28, 29 ounces, and you're just like everybody else. So that's one of the things I keep my feet, it keeps my feet on the ground, is I don't think I'm no better than anybody else. I just happen to, because I paid the price, I can live a certain way. I can drive a certain car. But if I'm in line at Walgreens, CVS, or the store, I don't get to bump you because the person behind the counter recognized me. And I don't take that. Now, if ain't nobody looking, Mike, and I can get some carte blanche out, I take that first class seat. Come on now, but I don't carry those chips on my shoulders or anything like that. I try to stay humble, and God plays a tremendous role. I read 2 daily scriptures every day, like clockwork. When I get up out of bed, before I even check text, I read scripture, and then I talk to God. And then when I pray to God, I was just telling my personal assistant the other day, you have to, I pray like I'm ordering food. Like I'm specific. Lord, create a income stream. So the end result is money. Did you get that?
Exactly.
Not, oh God, Lord, just bless me. I just want to have a good day. And all this vagueness. No. I'm not vague about anything I do, Mike.
You gotta be particular.
But you know who taught me that?
Mm-hmm.
Women. Women can order. They're so, because I'm analytical. I'm a man. But women can break it down to a science. They tell you what kind of man they want, what kind of breath they want them to have, his shoe size, just eye color. That's how you pray. That's what you want. Yeah, you don't always get what you want, but at least you did your part by telling the universe. Right. So I'm gonna die. I'm gonna be folded up in a casket just like everybody else, man. So while I'm here, I gotta do my best and realize. But I tell people like this, Mike, I'm a blue collar worker, but I love living like a white collar man. I roll my sleeves up. I go to work, I'm deadlifting, I'm doing bent over, I do all the basics in the gym. That's why I look the way I look. But then I like to go out and get in my Bentley. I like to go eat at Roof Chris. Is it Roof Chris? Chris Roof? I get it mixed up sometimes. Roof Chris, okay? I want my tomahawk. I want it medium. Medium well, but I usually don't get the well part in it, because when cooks see well, they think well done.
Right.
So I need that little speck of blood in there, okay? But I don't want it moving on the plate. I need it to be dead, okay? So, you know what I'm saying, man? We're just having a good time up in here, man.
Yeah.
This video better go viral. I'm telling everybody right now.
You a part of it, Lester, so it's going to. It's going to. As my students used to tell me, Mr. Finkley, period. It's going to. It's going to. So let's just dive right into this. I definitely want to hear your perspective on this. You're the celebrity. You're the celebrity, man. We've seen you on our movie screens, Norbit, Faster, Transformers 3, and so many others. television, My Wife and Kids, Prison Break, Numbers, Bones, all the above. Commercials. I'm telling you, commercials. I think, especially that Super Bowl commercial, Mr. Tate. But that's still number one. But
I did all that.
yeah, you did all that plus. All that plus. All that plus. Look, you try to be modest to y'all. Look. You're modesty. Look, but as a celebrity and people look at you in that realm, right? How do you see yourself? Because people see you doing accomplishing all of this, but how do you see you? How does Lester see Lester?
That's a good question. How do I see myself? I probably like to start off with the word humble. I'm a clown. I like to clown. I like to joke. But I'm in the moment, so depending on if I'm on a red carpet, I gotta be in that mode. So I'm taking over here, Lester, over here, and I'm smiling. I gotta play that game. And then, I'm right back in the grocery store. But this man is always at the grocery store. I am. Nobody has spent more money on food on this planet than me, and I got the receipts to prove it. Okay. I see myself, man. I don't take myself too serious. It's one of the acting techniques that I learned from my acting mentor who's passed away about 5 years now. His name was Ivan Marcoda. He had the Van Mar School Academy in Hollywood. And he used to say to me, Lester, when you do your scene, you want to treat it like a ruler. Got 1 to 12. And when you do your auditions and do your scene, just come down to number 6. So it's almost like I don't take when the critics say I'm great too much, and I don't take when the critics say, oh, he's a terrible this and that. I keep it right in the middle, Mike. I try to come down to number 6. So if I need to vamp it up to 7 or 8, I can go up to 7 or 8. If I'm over the top too much and I'm like too low, and I need to bring it down to number 6 or 5 or 4, Michael, I can do that as well. I can bring it down. I don't have to keep my levels up high. I can bring them down and then bring them back up, Mike. Don't play with me, Mike. Okay, I understand where we're coming from. So I don't try to take myself too much this way or too much that way. I try to stay in the middle. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense. That makes perfect. And I still, even all the characters that you play, you still see you. You're still true to you. We see that. We definitely see that.
Hi, I'm celebrity saxophonist Richard Shaw Jr. from Atlanta, Georgia. Make sure you stay tuned for more with the Michael Finkley Show. It is absolutely phenomenal.
Hey Fink fam, join us Wednesdays for Wednesday Wishes, your inspirational moment, available on all social media platforms. Hello everybody, it's Finkley from the Finkley Experience. We're an educational consulting firm that specializes in first generation education. So we assist students with their college and career endeavors. We train school administrators on the state of first generation students. And also we partner with colleges and universities to assist their first generation population for easy transition from high school to college. So if you're looking for a presenter or a speaker that presents on these topics and so much more, visit our website at thefinkleyexperience.com and learn about all that we do. We're looking forward to working with you. On the next Michael Finkley, from season 7 of The Circle on Netflix, Darian Holt is here. He gives us everything about The Circle you need to know, bro code, and he answers the question.
So are you all dating now?
Award-winning social media talk show by the CTR Media Network. All new Finkley, Monday.
And in all your celebrityism as well, I wanted to bring this up too. Diddy.
Hello, I think we have a bad connection. Hold on, Mike. Mike, are you there? Mike, hey team, Eddie, Van. Check the chords. Let's see if it.
Yeah, you heard me right. Diddy, I want to hear your perspective because so much is going on and so much is still unfolding. What's your perspective on all of
Let me
this?
just say this, man. This is what I want. I want to get this out, and then I'm done with it. We got all this self-induced lynching that we do amongst ourselves. I am not going to put a noose around Diddy. You ain't guilty until it's proven guilty. Accusation is not a reason to go off. Now, if it's walking like a duck, like Oprah saying, quacking like a duck, it's a moose. No, no. So I get that. It's hard to not want to have the barbershop conversations or the beauty salon conversations. It's hard to not to dive into that pool. But it takes self-discipline to say, I'm not going to be judgmental on this man. We know what happens in the record industry. We know that it's a low vibrational energy that those people participate in. And we know that, what was the song called? Fruits come out at what?
Right.
Come on at night. And so when this record party, you don't go to record parties at 9:30 in the morning. Everything is at parties or at night. You party at night, you drink at night, you do all these things at night. So we kind of know. But I don't want to see him. If he's guilty, do your time. Okay. But I'm not, because we got enough physical lynchings. They just lynched somebody in North Carolina 3 or 4 weeks or a month ago. In Mississippi, a few of them. So we still got lynchings today. I'm not going to do this voluntary lynching on this brother because he's done some stuff. He created a black political party. I forget, the name slips me right now. But he have a black, I think called black something, black, yeah. Look that up, Mike, so we can, you gotta do it right now, what I'm saying, so you'll know what I'm talking about. Diddy's done some great things. Okay, he's given a lot of people an opportunity to show their skills, go out and make a living. So, and nobody put a gun in your head to go to a party or go to a concert. Okay, so you just as much either you're part of the solution or you're part of the problem, Mike. So if you go to one of his shows, if you bought some Ciroc, if you participate in anything Diddy, can you really condemn him when you contribute? Because when it says 1 billion, they don't take your money out and go, well, Mike, or they don't go, hey, you spent $32 at Jones's Liquor and you bought some Ciroc, so now you contribute, and so you or Diddy worshiper. No, I like to drink Ciroc. I know I'm all over the place, man, but I think people get what I'm saying. So I hope. Because listen, this country was built on what? It's built on a lot of underhanded things. I'm just going to leave it at that. Why are we so technical when we're in the spotlight with one of us? It's time for sometimes black people to go, I see no evil and I hear no evil. And we need to do that to us sometimes because he's walking down the aisle or he's coming to, what do they call it when they get ready to lynch somebody? The lynch table, mob, stage.
Yep.
And it's like going, yeah, put it on him. Take him out of here. And I'm not going to voluntarily do that. Now he go to court and I'm not saying he should have put his hands on her. So let me clear that up. Because if that's my sister, that's my daughter, that's my cousin, anything like that, Diddy, I'm running through all your security to get to you. I'm going to give you a couple in the eye. I'm going to give you the little taunt, don't you ever, and then I'm going to pick you up and I'm going to be like, brush you off and be like, don't do that no more. You know better than that. Because you wouldn't want nobody to do that to your mom. And then there you go. Okay, but does he need to pay her some exuberant amount? Was that like, look, if you're paying $100 million to whoop somebody's ass, can I get in that line? I'll take an ass whooping for $100 million, Mike. I can whoop my ass for 30 minutes. That's I told you, headbutt me, and I'm gonna sell it. And I'm gonna stay right there. Okay. Oh, my last name S, because I want you to get it right on the check. P, yeah, E, I. You understand what I'm saying? So let's practice not passing judgment on him. No, let's not convict him yet. That's all I'm gonna say.
Just because people already have. Some people already have. The world has
Well, here's
always.
what some people do, and I'm not gonna name anybody. We live when somebody commits a crime that say like if you're a woman that has gone through what I forget what is huh? Yeah, when you what is it called, Mike? When you domestic violence, right?
Yep, Mr.
You're
Keith.
gonna take it out on someone that we all know, which is called a celebrity, and whatever you went through, you're living yours through that celebrity,
Mm-hmm.
and you want because your boyfriend didn't go to jail or your husband didn't go to jail, you want those actions to you want those feelings. You're kind of transmitting them to them, and you want them to pay the price for what your husband or boyfriend did to you. That's what happens, and I don't know really how to. I don't really know how to combat that. It's but that's not P Diddy's not everybody's boyfriend, everybody's husband. So if your man did what he did to you, I feel sorry for you, but don't live vicariously through him and want him to be punished because you have bad experiences with your relationships. Because who picks your mate? I always wonder. When I'm at the bar, I'm talking to somebody, like, what the lady telling me, this guy is nothing. He's cheating on this. I said, where the guy at? He should go what? The guy that picked him for you, because I'm gonna F him up for you right now. Well, I picked him. Oh, okay. I just want to make sure. I'm like, well, you gotta look at your picker. You gotta tighten it up. And you gotta take accountability for who picks the people that you go with, and you sleep with, and you deal with. And then you gotta take 100%. It's my fault. My fault. I picked her. And she, so it's on me. My bad. But you can't live through somebody that's in the spotlight and wish bad on them because you dealt with somebody in the same similar circumstances, and you now want them to go through what your boyfriend and your ex didn't go through.
Exactly. And that just goes into.
What you think about that answer? I'm not gonna let you off the hook. Comment. Do it now.
No. No, seriously, because at the end of the day, right, he still has a right to a trial. And a person of his peers will dictate by what's stated. I think I went to law school for a year. Those peers will then dictate based off evidence, right? Is right or wrong, and then based on law, the judge will say, okay, then this is right or wrong, right? And then what's said it will be said. We're so as a people, I feel we're so easily we cancel people so quickly. We'll celebrate them one day on Monday, on Tuesday they don't do something we like, and then we cancel them.
Ding, 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 ding. Go ahead, Mike.
Literally, you've seen it done too many times before. Just like with the slap at the Oscars, right? But now everybody done forgot about that, and now we're praising these individuals now again.
We're so phony as a country.
We are.
One thing I can say I like is we're forgetful, and so forgetfulness looks like, I just made that word up for anybody want to look it up, try it. Forgetfulness looks like forgiveness because you just forget, like you said. Nobody's talking about the will. And the people used to ask, I'm glad you, I know this might not be one of your questions, but people used to ask me, what would I have done if people would slap me?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to do anything because I'm 6'5", 300 pounds. And then I said, Mike, I would have said, William, I would have called him William. I'm going to see you after the show. Because he would have slapped me and I wouldn't have budged. My face ain't going nowhere. And then I would have chuckled and I'd be like, we got a date after this. And that's it. And then I would have given him the, like, do that for me. I don't play with you. Don't you ever do that for me. And that's it. I don't need to go, I'm going to do karate on him. I'm going to Bruce Lee roundhouse. And I'm not worried. Will Smith don't move no mountains over here. So I don't need to get it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you see all these white folks be standing in the front of them. Why you slapping? Come here. Yeah, take that back with you. Tell Jada I said I like my cherries on top, not in the pie, on top of the pie. Oh, no, I'm tripping, man. But you get what I'm saying, right?
Oh, I get it. I definitely. So the next question, though, of politics, because this is always a trending topic, especially around this time. Election is right around the corner, right? So who is Lester favoring more? The Democrats, the Republicans? Are you a fan of Trump? Are you a fan of Harris? Like, what's going on?
Okay, I'm gonna try to say this in the most microcosmo way. I'm a fan of Kamala, but I think Trump is the better politician. And
I know you got to go in more depth with that. What does that mean?
I know. I just business, international affairs. Just as a businessman, who's done more business than he has. Even though a lot of people talk about his 13 bankruptcies and all this kind of stuff, that's still business. And then it's strategy behind that. And so we just look at the surface of what Donald Trump has done, and then all the this whole parade about is Kamala a black woman, is her parents black, and all this. It's what does that have to do with how we're going to fix the country? How we're going to fix father? She did talk about fatherhood, but how she's going to fix immigration? How you going to fix foreign affairs? How you going to fix Social Security? How you going to fix student lunches? How you going to fix real estate? I mean, just all these things that we need to fix in this country, and we're focusing and using words and vocabularies on. She went to the black church, and she did get. Then she went to Popeyes, and then Donald Trump was over at McDonald's, serving French fries, and like it becomes a clown show after a while. Now we don't have the really. Now, okay, so the latest thing was Barack Obama getting on black fathers and black men, trying to shake us in line. And again, nobody's addressing the need of or singling out black people. They categorize us as people of color. So we know that that's a ploy. Come on now. We need single out individualism as a group of people to say, black people need blase, and black people need this over here, blase. I'm not going to go into different things because I don't want to get too heavy, but we are, the first thing I think we need to do is organize as 13 million people. And one of the things that Diddy was doing that I did kind of favor is that he did develop a political group. Now, it's the greatest thing that I think that white supremacy has done is that it's on autopilot. They don't have to, we kill each other, we condemn each other, we don't support each other. So we have to know, we have to stand back and go, that's what I was saying about Diddy. You don't have to condemn them if you're black. Let it slide. Let some shit slide. God forgive me, but I'm grown, I can curse. Let some stuff slide, Finkley. Do you understand what I'm saying? So who's gonna go to when the voting is over and the presidency is elected? Who is going to go to work for us? Now we know we got to run the whole other country. We know there's other groups of races here, but we are the number one, number two, because our backs. Picking cotton, plowing the fields, doing all this labor, 500 years of free labor to jumpstart this country to be the superpower that it is. There's reparations involved. And so now that becomes, no, reparations ain't going to black people, they're going to people of color. Well, people of color, where were they at in 1619? When they was coming up to the shores of Annapolis, and Kunta Kinte and them were coming here. And when it was coming up to the shores of Myrtle Beach and all the way down south, okay, well, it was hot. There was no air conditioning, no TV, was no internet, there was no iPhones. It was just black people wearing the same clothes, living in barns, living in little toy houses, and out in the morning at 6 o'clock, 5 a.m., the master getting them up and they're getting out here and they're picking cotton, they're plowing the fields and they're planting food and they attending to the chores. And then they get a dime or they might get 20 cents. Okay. And then the kids got to eat farina and different things like this, man. This is, it's like I'm all over the place because this country is all over the place. So I'm just touching on a little bit here and there, like a buffet. Okay. So now I'm over by the salad dressing. Okay, in the salad. So we're gonna put some crumpets and is it crumpets or what is the little thing?
The croutons.
Croutons. We're gonna put some croutons. You put some crumpets on there if you got some too. I like crumpets. You're gonna put the grape tomatoes. And you're gonna put the bell peppers and the celery and the carrot and the radishes and all those kind of delicious things. So I'm trying to touch different things all in kind of like one breath. But I have no idea who I'm gonna vote for yet right now. I don't know. I'm still gathering information, and I don't know if I'm gonna flip a coin or not. I just might do that. But I get Kamala, aka Ski Weed, blah blah, all that. The Divine Nine and all. I get all that, but that's not really political policy that's going to make us all a whole group and be able to benefit from. So the thing that I like what's going on is that the light is now coming to that. So we might not reap the benefits until the next election or the election after that. I think when 2030 come, I think from what we're going through now, and then of course we put a tremendous spotlight on Obama for his 8 years, and a lot of platforms that talked about really what did he do. If Kamala wins, it's going to be the same thing on her.
But that's the thing, though. I'm glad you asked me that because when did politicians become celebrities, right?
Ding, 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 ding.
People idolize them in that right. So of course you're going to see with Harris in the sense of she went to HBCU and she is an AKA and all this kind of stuff, and then Trump with his businesses and all the other kind of stuff that comes along with it. He started The Apprentice and all this kind of good stuff. But it's just like, who's really talking about the people, right? In the sense of what we need, where we need to be, right? I want to get a house, right? Or, I want to make more wages for my family. I want better health care, for me and the people that are around me. So, in that sense, where is that conversation? You're not hearing that in the press as much as you need to. You're not.
So I'm up in arms on who really is speaking, because it's like in boxing. If I'm telling you to watch my jab and I'm over here with my left hand and watch you won't see this coming because I'm in your face with this. I'm coming like this at you, Mike. Right. Coming like that. Right. I hit you with that right. Well, Kamala's over here, they talking. Donald Trump's over there talking. Then behind our back, then the Diddy thing is a distraction. All these distractions going on. And it's like, so what are we supposed to be trying to understand that we're going to get if we vote this way or vote that way? And I don't know, because now the politicians is just like a popularity contest, and they dissing each other. He saying that I love it when Donald Trump, when he said she turned black in the middle of the convention or something like that. Yeah. Kamala, how do you turn black? Either you black or you not black, but you can't turn black. So it's just funny, man. It's just entertaining. But at the end of the day, man, we need policies. We need to really go back to how this country. Now they're talking about Trump was talking about doing away with the Constitution. I don't know if you heard. I know it's just like, so where are our viable sources, and where are our viable sources where we're supposed to be getting really hardcore information that we can actually trust? And I don't know. It's just as they would say, a shit show. Yeah. And like I said, I might actually go into the voters booth and flip a coin. And heads Trump, tails Kamala.
So I got to ask, what are you working on now?
Besides this podcast right here,
Yes.
I've been working on for 5 years, and this is the first episode. You mean that?
Yeah.
I just signed to do some stuff that I can't say yet because I got I did an NDA. But I just did a movie called Tramps Like Us. And that was back in August. I shot that. That'll be out sometime next year. I'm getting ready to do the Lester Speight Secret, Not So Secret tour. So this is for all the gamers that I'm going to be going around to different cities and signing my memorabilia and merchandise. So that's coming up for next year. I'm actually going to have a private signing in December. And if you're in the Los Angeles area, it's going to be in the San Fernando Valley. I'm not going to say exactly where it is. You have to go to my Instagram. And what else I got? I'm working on. It's like I don't want to say too much right now because certain things are under wraps, and certain things I can show you better than I can tell you.
I got you. No, I'm with that. Watchmen. I promise you. I like that
The
part.
James Brown Watchmen.
This as well. Season 8 for us here at the Michael Finkley Show is a season of dreams. Lester, what is your next biggest dream?
Me. My next biggest dream is probably go to an all-you-can-eat. Now I'll go back to food again, Anna. I cannot stop talking about food.
That's why you're in grocery store all the time.
That seafood buffet I saw. No, I'm just kidding. Man, I don't get stumped. My next biggest dream. I think I work on a lot of small dreams that can power themselves into a bigger dream. So I'm a daily diurnal type of guy, meaning that, to keep my body going, I do push-ups every other day. I train every other. I'm in the gym a few times a week. So to keep myself going. So I do a little bit on my dream. Okay, let me just put it like this, because I got to go back to my definition of dreams and dreaming. Is that dreams are like, if I say I want to be a politician and I do nothing that is in the arena of politics, then that's a dream, because I'm not going out running for city council. I'm not out passing out working for somebody else's campaign. I'm not doing anything about politics. I'm just talking shit and saying I'm going to be a politician. So dream is when you say what you want to do and then you do nothing towards that. And you can consider it a small way, a medium way, or so. I actually, Mike, all my dreams, if I was to put them into that category, is everything that I do every day. I'm doing stuff every day. I'm actually asleep right now because I'm tired as shit. I am out of it. I am not conscious about what is going on right now. No, I'm just teasing, man. But I would say if I had to dream, my dream is to be able to wake up and do nothing. So I'm trying to be in a position where I can actually pick, if I wanted to spend the whole day playing checkers or chess. That's to me, a dream is just to be able to just wake up and go, oh, you know what? I'm going to jump on a plane. I'm going to Burbank Airport and jump on a plane and I'm flying to Dubai. Or I'm flying to a museum that I saw in a travel magazine. Or I'm going to go to Brazil. Yeah, but I think I just want some free time to enjoy a day with my daughter. Like, you just under the gun. So I would say my dream is just to have the time and the luxury of just saying, you know what? I want to get a burger, but I want to go to Spain to get that burger. I'm going to say, in terms of the dream question, I'm going to come back to that on another time, but I just don't, my mind don't work like that. Like, just, I don't know, go to the Playboy Mansion and hang out for a day or something. I don't know. I've done that before, so that's on my bucket list. I sometimes think I want to jump out of a plane. Okay. Sometimes. Yeah. It's kind of in my bucket list, but it's in pencil. So I think I do. I need to. I'm not sure yet, but I sometimes think I want to skydive. I'm actually taking swimming lessons right now. My daughter now.
Okay.
Yeah. So at some point, I want to jump in the ocean, do like 3 strokes, and then get back in the boat. Because I
Not
look
too
like a
much.
big ass steak to a shark. Uh-huh.
No, Larry Bell did that.
Oh, don't talk about it. Yeah. So yeah, so that's let me ask you that question.
My next biggest dream is to pursue entertainment and media full time.
What do you think you're doing now? It's not a dream, you're doing it now.
I
I'm the
am, but
most
I want to do
entertaining
it.
man in Hollywood. You
I
can't
want to
get no
do
more
it.
entertaining than this.
I want to do it full time because I still teach.
But you want to get paid for it.
I want to get paid for it.
Didn't I tell you that black women pray specifically, like Lester
Sir.
Speight pray? So say it again. You want to do what? What do you want God to give you?
I want God to give me the ability to do media and entertainment full time while I want to get paid for it in the mix.
There you go. That's the part I want to hear. I don't hear no other part. You got to tag it with what? Dinero.